Is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which was written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. He was the chief of the 6 Goswamis, who were the direct disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he first met Lord Chaitanya, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was engaged as a minister in the Mohammedan government of Bengal. He and his brother Sanatan were then named Sakar Malik and Dabir Khas, respectively, and they held responsible posts as ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. At that time, 500 years ago, the Hindu society was very rigid, and if a member of the Brahmana caste accepted the service of a Mohammedan ruler, he was at once rejected from Brahmin society. That was the position of the 2 brothers, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. They belonged to the highly situated Saraswata Brahmana.
These 2 brothers, at that time their name was Sakar Malik and Devi Khas. So they were ostracized from the Brahmin community. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special grace, that he accepted 2 rejected gentlemen from the Brahmin society and made them Goswami. That is the special significance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. He accepted Haridas Thakur from born in Mohammedan community, and he made him the Acharya, Namacharya. Practically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to glorify the significance of the holy name. He is actually the Acharya, Namacharya, but he transferred his Namacharya-ship to Haridas Thakur. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, Kiva Vipra, Kiva Shudra, Nasika and all. It doesn't matter whether he is a Brahmin or a Shudra or anyone. If he is Krishna Tattva-Vedta, if he knows the science of Krishna, then he can be made the spiritual master. Jai Krishna Tattva-Vedta Sai. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement significance. So, following his footsteps, we are preaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and giving sannyas for preaching. That is not unauthorized. One who criticizes this action, he does not know the principle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's principle is anyone who knows the science of Krishna, he can become spiritual master. This is the secret. So from the very beginning, these 2 Goswamis, they are not in the beginning Goswamis. They are Sakar Malik, David Khas. But they were made Goswamis. And Haridas Thakur was made Namacharya. Then gone. This is the new edition of Nectar of Devotion.
They belonged to the highly situated Saraswata Brahmana community, but they were ostracized due to their acceptance of ministerial posts in the government of Hussain Shah. It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these 2 exalted personalities as his disciples.
The Brahmin community was so strong that because acceptance of service is the business of the Shudra, The Brahmins, they would not accept anyone's service. The Kshatriyas, they would not accept anyone's service. And the Vaishyas also. They should live independently. Brahmins, by culture, Vedic knowledge, Kshatriyas, by exacting taxes from the citizens, and Vaishyas by trade, agriculture. They should live. To serve one is the business of the dog that is mentioned in Bhagavad. So, if there is dire necessity, a Brahmin can accept the profession of a Kshatriya or even the profession of a Vaishya, but not the profession of a Shudra. But at the present moment, because everyone accepts the profession of Shudra, therefore Shastra says, Kalu Shudra Samma. Here is the example that Shakar Malik, he was Brahmin, Sarsat Brahmin. But because he accepted, he was learned Brahmin, not fools, very good scholar in Sanskrit and Arabian language. Still, because they accepted service in the Mohammedan government, there is in Egypt. No, punishment, there is punishment. In Hindi it is called hukka pani band. In this society, in village still, if one is ostracized, nobody will smoke with him. Hukka means smoking. And pani means not to accept his water. Hukka pani band. So that is ostracization that was taken against Sanatana Goswami. They are not Goswami at that time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has accepted. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special grace. With that word, kaak ke mayur kar. Then what happened?
It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these two exalted personalities as his disciples and raised them to the position of Goswamis, the highest position of Brahminical culture. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya accepted Haridas Thakur as his disciple, although he happened to be born of a Mohammedan family. And Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya. Later on made it.
Doctor को पुत्र जाना है. Jai. Doctor Kapoor's संग हमारे 40 वर्ष है. मेरा वाले तो
And Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya of that chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya's principle is universal. Anyone who knows the science of Krishna and is engaged in the service of the Lord is accepted as being in a higher position than a person born in the family of a Brahmin. That is the original principle accepted by all Vedic literatures, especially by the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam. The principle of Lord Chaitanya's movement in educating and elevating everyone to the exalted post of a Goswami is taught in the Nectar of Devotion. Lord Chaitanya met the two brothers, Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik, in a village known as Ramkeli in the district of Malda. And after that meeting, the brothers decided to retire from government service and join Lord Chaitanya. Sarkar Malik, who was later to become Rupa Goswami, retired from his post and collected all the money he had accumulated during his service. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that his accumulated savings in gold coins equaled millions of dollars and filled a large boat. He divided the money in a very exemplary manner, which should be followed by devotees in particular and by humanity in general. 50% of his accumulated wealth was distributed to the Krishna-conscious persons, namely the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. 25% was distributed to relatives, and 25% was kept against emergency expenditures and personal difficulties. Later on, when Dabir Khas also proposed to retire, the Nawab was very much agitated and put him into jail. But Dabir Khas, who was later to become...
This current time is now informed that our disciples in Krishna consciousness movement, those who are grihasthas, they contribute at least 50% of their income. Yes. Most of them, they are full-time engaged, but if one cannot be full-time engaged, just like we have got our disciple, Professor Howard Wheeler, and he gives more than 50% of his income for developing our New Vrindavan scheme. Yes. So we try to follow these principles laid down by Rupa Goswami, that 50% for Krishna or Krishna's devotees, 25% for personal emergency, and 25% for the dependent relatives. There are many couples here, they are married. I got them married. Sometimes I am criticized by my god brothers, but they do not know why I got them married. Here is a couple, Gurudas and his wife, Jamuna. And where is Malati? Malati is not here. Malati and her husband, Shamsundar, and another couple, Janaki and Mukunda. I sent them first missionary to London to start the temple. And for 1 year, they struggled very hard. And they called me, then I started the temple. So, my Guru Maharaj wanted to start a temple in London. He sent 2 sannyasis, but it was not possible. But these grihasthas, they started. So we want to see that the mission is fulfilled. It doesn't matter whether he is a grihastha or sannyasi. Kiva vipur kiva suddha nasikanena. So by getting them married, I am benefited. They have helped me.
There is nothing against marriage in Maharaj.
Sometimes my godbrother criticizes that I am sannyasi, I am taking part in marriage. So I've got very good difficulties. Here, when I come India, they say that I am spoiling Hindu system of living. And when I go there, the Christians say that here is the greatest enemy. Egulo nibbamsar bata pechule bherul bheri. This is my position. If I go ahead, then nibbamsar bata. And if I go behind, then bherul bheri. So can be done. I have to execute my duty. I'm not encouraged by the government, by my god brothers, and still I have to do this duty. What can be done? So far I am concerned, I know, by getting them married, I am benefited. They have done so much. He is also married, this boy. He has got his wife, he has got children. But he doesn't care for his wife and children. He remains with me. And he helps me in editing the Sanskrit portion of my books. He has studied Sanskrit. He was not a Sanskrit scholar, but by his endeavor, he has studied Sanskrit. So all my books, Sanskrit editing work is done by him. Yes. He worked very hard. Yes. Now he understands Sanskrit. He can read Sanskrit. So, if I get facility for pushing on my missionary work, there is no harm getting married. Because in Europe, America, these boys and girls, they live like friends. So I say that you cannot live as friends. You must get yourself married, and that has proved. Here is a girl, where is it? That Saradia? She was young, 15 years. She very frankly told me that I want this boy to marry Vaikuntha. So I told Vaikuntha that you are reserved for her. As soon as she's over 16 years, you have to marry. So they agree. Another girl, she is now at Manila. She is Australian. She was a famous actress. So she came to Los Angeles and surrendered to me. And I asked her that you go to Tokyo, I have got a disciple, and get yourself married.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. She never saw her. So, European countries...
That's impossible.
It is impossible. But she went and married him, and they're living peacefully. Now they're married. So, I have to see the interest of my missionary work. Never mind. Of course, it is a novel thing that sannyasi is taking part in marriage. But what can be done? I have to execute my mission. No, I think it is done.
I can see. But Dabir Khas, who was later to become Srila Sanatan Goswami, took advantage of his brother's personal money,
You can arrange a light.
which had been deposited with a village banker, and escaped from the prison of Hussein Shah. In this way, both brothers joined Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rupa Goswami first met Lord Chaitanya at Prayag, Allahabad, India, on the Dashashvamedha bathing ghat of that holy city. And on the Dashashvamedha bathing ghat of that holy city, the Lord instructed him continually for 10 days. The Lord particularly instructed Rupa Goswami on the science of Krishna consciousness. These teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada are narrated in our book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Later, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada elaborated the teachings of the Lord with profound knowledge of revealed scriptures and authoritative references from various Vedic literatures. Srila Srinivasa Acharya describes in his prayers to the 6 Goswamis that they were all highly learned scholars, not only in Sanskrit, but also in foreign languages, such as Persian and Arabian. They very scrutinizingly studied all the Vedic literatures in order to establish the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the authorized principles of Vedic knowledge. The present Krishna consciousness movement is also based on the authority of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. We are therefore generally known as Rupanugas, or followers in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. It is only for our guidance that Srila Rupa Goswami prepared his book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is now presented in the form of the Nectar of Devotion. Persons engaged in the Krishna consciousness movement may take advantage of this great literature and be very solidly situated in Krishna consciousness. Bhakti means devotional service. Every service...
My Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he used to advise to read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Everyone after initiation. At least he advised me. So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is very important study book for the Vaishnava. It is the science of devotional service. And people are in Western countries taking interest in the Temple University. It has become a textbook in the religious class. There are 60 students who are regularly studying the book Nectar of Devotion, published by us. And gradually it is being introduced in other colleges and schools. I think it's training.
The candle is coming.
Coming? I can start. But then we can have people.
Hare Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah. Please accept my obeisances, everybody. I'll just try just to repeat what Srila Prabhupada said about Diwali and what I heard from other Vaishnava. So today is very auspicious day, and Prabhupada was talking in his lecture about how we have to use our money, mean Lakshmi. Today, in many houses in all over India and in other places, like the Hindus, they will worship Goddess Lakshmi, because they worship so that they can get so much wealth. So Srila Prabhupada, he tells us it's okay to get Lakshmi, to get money, but we have to use it in the service of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada said, Rupa Goswami, he used 50% of his income for spreading Krishna consciousness, and 25 for himself, 25 for his family. So it's a good principle. If whoever can do it, that's really like following Srila Prabhupada instruction and Rupa Goswami instruction. So that's what I got from this lecture, and Srila Prabhupada was telling. And anybody want to share anything about the lecture before I start talking about Diwali?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I was just impressed by how Srila Prabhupada applied what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said about, he was saying he was being criticized for being a sannyasi and still getting people married. His goal was always to follow his guru's instruction, which was to spread the movement and spread this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And instead of getting stuck on the detail, he applied the principle, which is so important. That is what I was, and so I've noticed he's so consistent with that, right? He's so consistent with not being stuck with ritual, but following the principle. So,
yeah, that's very nice. Good point too. Prabhupada is more concerned how to save the fallen soul, all the living entities, to give Krishna consciousness, and be interested following all the rules, and we have to follow rules, some principle, but being so detailed about each rules and regulations that are set according to the smarta brahmana. So that's a good example. So Srila Prabhupada said, good example, like he knows how to use everybody in the service of Krishna. like boys and girls in America, they like to be like friend. Prabhupada also said that Prabhupada just wants them to have like a very like a civilized Vedic type of life and get them married. and use them in Krishna service. Prabhupada mentioned about Mother Malati and his husband Shama Sundar Prabhu and Janaki and Mukunda. That they were these devotees are really like pioneers, the one who started the movement in London, and the Prabhupada really like praised them, his disciple, and whoever is spreading Krishna consciousness. So today is Diwali, and Mother Subaradi asked me if I can say something about Diwali. Like personally, we grew up in Hindu family. We've been celebrating Diwali since I was born, And so the time that I remember, like before Diwali, we will just clean the houses very nicely and have all new bed sheet, everything new in the house, and each and every member of the family will wear new clothing, and then we will make a lot of sweet and offer it to the Lord. Then we will distribute it to our neighbors. So this is a general tradition that I grew up. And in India also, devotees, like they make a lot of sweet and just join with family members and and they do puja together. And but nowadays, like becoming very degraded. Like people think Diwali is just like an ordinary festival. They will drink, they will eat meat, they will have parties. They do that in certain people do that in India. So this is not really Diwali. Actually, real Diwali mean, the return of Lord Ramachandra after 14 years of exile. When he returned to Ayodhya, all the citizens were so excited because they didn't see the Lord for 14 years, and his brother Bharat too. So, they just to welcome him, they lighted the whole city of Ayodhya. That's why Diwali is called the Festival of Light. So they lighted all the city, and everywhere was so decorated nicely. Everybody was just singing and being so happy just to receive, Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and Hanuman after 14 years of exile. So this is a great festival. So that on this particular day, it's very nice to remember the pastime of Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. And also, I was listening to one lecture is Lal Govinda Swami Prabhu, and he's a very nice, well-known, well-versed in all the scriptures. And he was telling, like on in the Purana, it is said that on Diwali, it really is a wedding of Lakshmi and Narayan. And also the second, there's so many things happen on so many events happen on Diwali. And also on that day, Bali Maharaj, everybody know Bali Maharaj, he's the one who hand over to Vamana the 3 steps. Then finally he fully surrendered unto under Vamana Dev. So Bali Maharaj. And also today Krishna killed the
Narakasur.
Narakusura. And in Krishna book, Prabhupada said it is also called Bomashur. Hold on, one second. My battery is getting out. Look. I just charged my phone. I prepared it on my laptop. I charged my laptop. I didn't charge my iPad, so my laptop is giving me trouble. So I'm using my iPad. Just for the... So if I got disconnected by mistake, then I'll just use my phone. Just hold on with me, sorry. And also today, is also, like the Pandavas, when they were sent on exile too. It's that the days of exile were over. And also in West Bengal, people worship Kali. Prabhupada mentions that in one of his lectures. We'll read later. People worship Kali Puja or Durga Puja. And there's also, when Krishna, the day that Krishna broke the pot, the Damodar Lila started, when Krishna broke the pot and Mother Yasoda chased him and finally caught him and just tied him to a grinding mortar. That's the actual day today on Diwali. So, and okay, usually we say Deepavali. Deep means light. Valley, like the festival of light. So on that day is very, very auspicious. And I listened to another lecture with Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. He said on that day, Mark, we have to take up all the negativity in our life, by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And what do we do on Diwali? We wake up early. Actually, in the Shastra, it is said that we bathe, before we bathe, we smear our body with oil, and the oil Lakshmi Devi reside. And also we call upon Ganga. And we cannot call Ganga, we cannot get Ganges in America and anywhere else except in India and certain parts. But how do we call Ganga? There's a nice prayer that devotees do. Ganga Chayumani Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Sanidin Kuru. So we call all the holy rivers, and in meditation, then we take bath, then we go and perform Mangalati, we chant our round. Then we offer nice prasadam, and nice food, and offer to the Lord. And also then we distribute prasadam to all our family members, our neighbors, and everything. That's the way, like devotees, that should follow Diwali. Also, in the several lecture Prabhupada mentioned, he didn't talk to mention Bhagavatam, Canto 10, 1 to 10, 13, Prabhupada. There's a purport Prabhupada mentioned about Diwali. He said, Sri Sukadev Goswami, one day when Mother Yasoda saw all the maidservants were engaged in all the household affairs, she personally began churning the yogurt. While churning, she remembered the childish activities of Krishna, and in her own way she composed songs and enjoyed singing to herself above all those activities. Prabhupada talked in his purport. He said, Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur, quoting from Vaishnava Tusani, or Srila Sanatan Goswami, said that the incident of Krishna breaking the pot of yogurt and being bound by Mother Yasoda took place on Deepavali day, Deepika Malika. Even today in India, this festival is generally celebrated very gorgeously in the month of Kartik by fireworks and lights, especially in Bombay. Yeah, there's a lot of fireworks going, especially in people where there are a lot of Indian. I know where I was brought up. I'm not born in India, but I was born in Mauritius. They will have a lot of fireworks, decorate the house so nicely with so much light, like is mentioned here, Srila Prabhupada in his purport. So nowadays, because of the pollution, people are discouraging people to use firecrackers. A lot of people are advocating, so they should stop using fireworks. During Diwali, because there's already so much pollution in India. They don't want to pollute, the air more. So, but still, people, this is a very great, joyous day. People just want to enjoy and just, they want to enjoy with family and friends. They want to have a nice time. They will, they will, they use a lot of firecrackers, fireworks on that day. Prabhupada says, especially in Bombay, but it is all over, in Delhi and other parts also of India. It is to be understood that among all the cows of Nanda Maharaj, several Mother Yashoda's calves ate hungry grasses so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. Mother Yashoda wanted to collect the milk from the cows, make it into yogurt, and churn it into butter personally, since he saw that this Chai Krishna was going to the houses of neighborhood gopas and gopi to steal butter because he did not like the milk and yogurt ordinarily prepared. So this is one of the pastimes that happened on Diwali. Mother Yashoda, like Krishna broke the pot and steel butter and broke the pot and the pastime of Damodar. Also, Prabhupada in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 1536, Prabhupada talk about Diwali. He said, translation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees participated in all the festivals, including Rasa Yatra, Deepavali, and Uttana Dwadasi. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is participated in all the the festivals, especially Deepavali. Prabhupada mentioned Deepavali. The Deepavali festival takes place on the dark moon of night in the month of Kartik, October-November. The Rasa Yatra or Rasa dancing of Krishna take place on the full moon night of the same month. Uttana Dwadasi take place the day of the Ekadasi in the waxing fortnight of the moon in the same month. All the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu participated in all these festivals. So we also should try to participate, go to the temple tonight and, try to hear and chant and glorify the Lord. And also Prabhupada Krishna book. Prabhupada using Krishna book, and he said, the roads, streets, and lanes of our temple were all sprinkled with fragrant waters through the trunk of intoxicated elephants. In different places, the city, there were colorful festoons and flags decorating the houses and street. Yeah, I think, and now even nowadays, people are still following this, this tradition of decorating the city nicely. I remember when I was growing up, we used to go for a long walk. We'll see each of the houses, how beautiful is it decorated, the balcony and the doors and everything with light, just like here and during Christmas time, there's so much light, Christmas light everywhere. So in India and where people celebrating Diwali, they decorate the houses, they decorate and they do a rangoli. I mean, I don't know, it's just like it's certain kind of art that they draw with a hand in front of the entrance of each doors, especially the main doors. In India is very common. I think Mother Savaradi and they know very well. Like especially in South India, I remember they already decorate their house, the entrance of the door with rangoli and decorating with different design. It's just very auspicious. And also what they do, they will use like mango leaves and string it like a garland and put it, on the door like a garland, and everywhere. And it's all these are very like auspicious items and make the atmosphere very festive. So even during the time of Krishna, they were doing that. At the important crossroads, there were gates with golden decoration, and two sides of the gate there were golden jugs. This beautiful decoration glorifies the opulence of the city. Participating in this great ceremony, all the citizens gathered here and there, dressed in colorful new clothing, yeah, and decorated with ornaments. So it is a tradition, in all over India, and where where I grew up also on Diwali, we always have new clothing. Make sure that we have new clothing, and with ornament, flower garlands, and fragrant scent. The houses were illuminated by hundreds and thousands of lamps placed in different corners of the cornices, wall, columns, bases, and architraves, and from far away the rays of the lamp appeared to be celebrating the festival of Deepavali, a particular festival observed on the New Year day of the Hindu calendar. This is another important thing in Hindu. According to Hindu calendar, today is a New Year. In Western world, all over the world, we celebrate New Year on the 1st of January. Actually, on the day of Diwali, it's supposed to be the New Year. Another lecture Srila Prabhupada mentioned also about talk about Deepavali. It is a lecture in Srimad Bhagavatam 1:16-7 in Los Angeles. It was in January 4th, 1974. There are many flies. They take the birth at night, and in the evening, the whole night they are busy the same way, eating, sleeping, begetting children, and being afraid of. All the qualities are there in India. We had got experience. They are called Diwali gems, germs or insects. In the evening, the light, because I think Prabhupada is just, giving this analogy of the flies, because on Diwali, there's so much light there. The whole city is lit up with lights, that Prabhupada is giving this example. So in the evening, before the light, 1, 2, 3 in this way, by midnight increases thousands and millions. And in the morning, at the end of the night, you will find heaps of insect, dead body, heaps million. Prabhupada is comparing, about how many insects die. I think we call it glowworms here. So another conversation, Prabhupada morning walk said, he said, I think that Diwali greeting card dealers will accept it. And somebody were talking about, the printing is first class, Prabhupada. Gopal Krishna said, yes, it's like American standard. I think the Diwali greeting card dealer will also accept. Prabhupada were talking about this. So, on Diwali, usually we have, like that. In Christmas, we have greeting card. For Diwali also we have greeting card and sending it to all our relatives and friends and wishing them happy Diwali. And also in a correspondence about Diwali, Prabhupada, it was a letter to Prajumna in Kolkata, 17 October 1967. He said, Ramachandra's victory celebration is observed in the last day of Durga Puja. Vaishnava are not concerned with Durga Puja. Even though today, many people in Bengal, especially, they worship, on Diwali days, they worship Durga. Diwali is observed as New Year's Day by certain mercantile community. The Vaishnava had nothing to do with this ceremony, but just on the last day after Diwali, the Vaishnava observed Annakut ceremony. This celebration is the day when Lord Krishna lifted the hill of Madhavendra Puri, established the temple in Gopal. And another correspondent to Hamsududa in Seattle, 10 October 1968, Srila Prabhupada wrote about Diwali. The Diwali ceremony can be observed in the temple by illuminating hundreds of candles in different parts of the temple. So I hope I don't know. I know in many temples in ISKCON, they still lighted so many light. We put Christmas light on the altar, and the previous temple where I used to live, and Prabhupada said is very important, on what we should do on Diwali in ISKCON temple. Prabhupada said, illuminating hundreds of candles in different parts of the temple and offering special prasad to the deities. The ceremony was observed by the inhabitant of Ayodhya, the kingdom of Lord Ramachandra, while Lord Ramachandra was out of his kingdom due to his 14-year banishment by the order of his father. His younger stepbrother Bharat took charge of the kingdom, and the day on which Lord Ramachandra took back the charge again from his brother and seated on the throne, this is observed as Diwali function. This is the original idea of Diwali or Deepavali. Deepavali means the same thing. Deepa means candles and Bali means numerous. When numerous candles are lighted, it's called Deepavali. In India, this Deepavali function celebrated in a special auspicious occasion. This Deepavali function can be observed on 21st of October, and prasad can be distributed. That was that year, 1967. Deepavali was on the 22nd of October. Not every year it's different. It's not on the 22nd. But that the year when Prabhupada were talking about it was 1968. So Prabhupada said how to celebrate Deepavali in ISKCON temple. This Deepavali function can be observed on 21st October, and prasad can be distributed on 22nd during daytime, which is known as Govardhan Puja and Anakut ceremony in India. In all Vaishnava temples, this ceremony is observed, and hundreds of people are given prasadam according to the capacity of the temple. So I understand the last day of Deepavali ceremony was held in the temple, and there was a collection of $130. So you can do the needful. That Prabhupada instruction to one of his disciple, Hansadutta Prabhu. So we, because since Diwali is on a Sunday, we're going to get a feast today at the temple, and tomorrow is Govardhan Puja. Tomorrow also is another feast. So we are very fortunate to be part of the ISKCON movement, where there's so much festival and there's always chanting and feasting going on. Yeah, I have a couple more letters. Then the Prabhupada wrote to Madhavananda. Of course, I was in India, so I could attend your Diwali Govardhan function, that I understand was very nice. Like Srila Prabhupada mentioned before, like usually, on Diwali, we light the lamps and everything and offer a nice feast to the deities. But for distribution, usually we do it the next day on Govardhan Puja. If it is not on a Sunday, like Sunday feast like today. And anybody have anything else to share about Diwali? Hare Krishna. Anybody?
Hare Krishna, Mother Golokananda Priya.
Hare Krishna.
Devotees, Hare Krishna. I was thinking how, with the Damodar Leela and the fact that it was happening on Diwali,
Yeah.
It adds more intensity to the understanding of the pastime, because we can understand that, Mother Yashoda and the people of Vrindavan, they were getting ready for a festival. And whenever you're preparing for a festival, your time is very limited, and it's it's very focused. You're getting decorations ready, you're preparing different types of food preparations. People are coming to visit, etc. And then with Krishna, so-called kind of acting up, making a distraction. You can only imagine, she has all these things planned out, and the decorations, everything, and she has to focus on that, and then all of a sudden you have Krishna, who's kind of throwing his transcendental, fit, and it helps to understand it wasn't just an ordinary day that this took place. It was one of the major festivals where it took place on.
That's really nice. Yeah, that's true. Just just envision there's a day, like Mother Yashoda is so busy then. Krishna insisting and being mischievous. And Mother Yashoda had to find time, to chase him and guide him. Anybody else? Have anything to share? If you don't have any something to share, I would like to read a little bit about Bomasura. Today's the days and Krishna, kill Narakasura, and also known as Bomasura. And who is Bomasura? Bomasura is one of the demons. Actually, he is the son of Bhumi, that was called Bomasura, and Krishna. Somehow he became a demon for Krishna. So he became a very powerful demon. So the story of Bomasura, according to Krishna book, volume 2, is like that. The story of Bomasura, how he kidnapped and made captive 16,100 princes by collecting them from the palaces of various kings, and how he was killed by Krishna, the supreme Lord, a wonderful character, is all described by Sukadeva Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam. Generally, the demon are always against the demigod. This demon Bomasura, having become very powerful, took by force the umbrella from the throne of the demigod Varuna. So this is a very important symbol that different demigods have. It took the umbrella from them because they just demons. They always try to give trouble to the demigods. He also took the earring of Aditi, the mother of the demigods. He conquered the portion of heavenly Mount Meru, known as Mani Parvat, and occupied it. The king of heavenly planet Indra therefore came to Dwarka to complain about Bomasura before Lord Krishna. Hearing the complaint by Indra, the king of heaven, Lord Krishna, accompanied by his wife Satyabhama, immediately started for the abode of Bomasura. The two of them rode on the back of Garuda, who flew them to Rajyotispura, Bomasura's capital city. So Bomasura has a very, to enter the city of Rajyotishapur was not an easy task because it was well fortified. First of all, there were 4 strongholds guarding the 4 directions of the city, which was well protected on all sides by formidable military strength. The next boundary was a water canal all around the city. And in addition, the whole city was surrounded by electric wires. My God, so much protection. The next fortification was of anila, a gaseous substance. After this, there was a network of barbed wire constructed by a demon, the name Mura. The city appeared very well protected in terms of today's scientific advancement. So on that day also, since before to get to the kingdom, Krishna has to kill another demon. Anybody know what the other demon is? We just mentioned it. Mura. That's why Krishna is called Murali. Murali. When Krishna arrived, he broke all the stronghold to pieces by stroke of his club and scattered the military strength here and there by constant onslaught of his arrows. With his celebrated Sudarshan Chakra, he counteracted electrified boundary, annihilated the canal of water, gaseous boundary, and cut pieces of
Looks like
Lost Mother Golokananda Priya.
yeah. It is 8:56. We'll give her a minute or two, and she'll probably try to join, but I'm not sure why she has lost it. So,
Yeah. While we're waiting for her, I will mention that tonight we have a special candlelight darshan and arti scheduled for 6:15. So please come out to the Sunday feast. I know most of the people on here usually do. I know in Harrisburg they're having a nice celebration as well. Pariksha Prabhu is here. But we hope to see everybody tonight for a special Diwali celebration.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. That my battery just went off, so I have to use my phone now. So that's what happened. Like if you get time, just read the story of Bhamasura. Krishna kill him and rescued 16,100 princesses and married to them. That how Krishna has 8 principal queen, then he married another 16,100. Then that why Krishna married 16,108 queen and kill Bhamasura. And he took Satyabhama with him on Garuda. Why Prabhupada said he took Satyabhama with him, because Satyabhama is a representation of Bhumi. Since Narakasura was the son of Bhumi, so that's why he asked representation of Bhumi, who is Satyabhama, before killing him. So thank you very much. Happy Diwali, and it's a long day, and tonight we have a nice program at the temple, like Donacharya Prabhu just mentioned. So everybody just come, and tomorrow also a nice festival, Govardhan Puja. Anything else, Donacharya Prabhu? Any other announcement?
No, you covered it. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
As of our respectful obeisance to all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, Panchakalpa,
Jai. Happy Diwali
Happy Diwali
to everybody.